Hello, I'm Hezekiah Gabriel of Pathways to Peace. Thank you for joining us today in one of Avon's most beloved activities, the PeaceWave. As you know, our beloved Avon Madison passed last October. And while this will be the first birthday that we've had without her presence here on the physical plane, we know that she is with us in spirit and guiding and directing our work along with the company of heaven. So her birthday is this Sunday, April 10th. The Pathways to Peace Council of Directors thought we'd honor Avon on her birthday by inviting you to join us in our minute of silence and moment of peace, our PeaceWave. Avon, along with Robert Mueller, Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations, inaugurated the PeaceWave to open the United Nations on the anniversary of the unanimously adopted International Day of Peace in 1983. And in 1984, at the first International Day of Peace celebration hosted by Pathways to Peace in San Francisco, the birthplace of the United Nations, the PeaceWave was practiced at noon that day. The local press called the PeaceWave the moment of silence heard round the world. Since that time, people around our world have paused at noon in every time zone, a pause for peace, creating a wave around our world. So we're going to ask you today to join us in the PeaceWave. Robert Browning and Sheva Carr, who are co-presidents of the Directors Council for Pathways to Peace, will lead us in that PeaceWave. But before that time, I'd like to take just a moment to have our dear colleague, Marilyn King, read the Pathways to Peace peace card, which is really our vision for peace. It's fitting that Marilyn King reads our vision for peace, as she has used it and is so familiar with it, as well as Marilyn was the keynote speaker of that first International Day of Peace in 1984. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Marilyn to speak our Pathways to Peace vision for peace. Marilyn?
Hezekiah, Pathways to Peace and Avon have been a blessing. So our peace card begins with, imagine a world. Imagine a world where governments respect the human rights of all their citizens and settle disputes by the rule of law for the common good. Imagine a world where all people have food, shelter, and access to medical care, and children are born into and raised by healthy families and communities. Imagine a world where literacy and education for all are accomplished facts. Imagine a world where economic practices create well-being for all stakeholders, including communities and the environment. Imagine a world where beauty, the arts, and media inspire the best in people. Imagine a world where the benefits of science and technology enhance all circles of life. Imagine a world where tolerance and appreciation of diverse religious beliefs is the rule. Spiritual practice is encouraged and reverence for life is fostered. Imagine a world where the earth in all her natural beauty is treasured and her resources utilized sustainably for this and future generations. This is a world at peace. May peace prevail on earth. And remember, you are a pathway to peace. And I'd like to leave you with the realization that the Peace Card is a tool that can be used in many ways. And I invite you just to consider my favorite. After reading it one day with Imagine a World, try the next day and say, I wish I could live in a world that looks like this, and reading each of the portions. Then the following day, shifting to, I want to live in a world that looks like this. That brings it in from out as imagine and wish to brings it inside. I want to live in a world. And then finally, my favorite, read the card again, beginning with, I intend to live in a world that looks like this. And please share any responses you have with us at pathwaystopeace.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. That was wonderful. Yes, and people can find the Peace Card on our website at pathwaystopeace.org. And now it's just my honor and delight to turn the floor over to our beloved Robert Brown and Sheva Carr, who are officers, vice president, and secretary of our Pathways to Peace Council, to invite you to join in our PeaceWave. Robert, Sheva, thank you.
Hey, Avon, happy birthday. We know you are out there. You are creating new pathways of peace for places all over the universe. But we are here, missing you, loving you, wanting to celebrate you. So this is our Pathways to Peace here on Earth, celebrating your birthday.
So in many ancient traditions, both the birth date and the death date of a great soul are days when their energy and their gift to this world is made even more accessible. And we at Pathways to Peace wanted to bring forth an honoring of Avon and the gifts she brought to this world to all of you. So you can see we're not dressed in our UN clothes right now. In honor of Avon, we're about to go for a big hike because one of the things she absolutely loved was the beauty of nature and trees. So any way that you can honor the natural world today will honor Avon and keep her spirit alive in this world. And we're joining you right now for the PeaceWave, a minute of silence, a moment of peace, which is designed to be done at noon in every time zone. This minute of silence, moment of peace, began as the global silent moment in World War II. And there's a beautiful story to that, which hopefully will link with this video, where at the end of the war, a Nazi commander said, "You had one weapon against us for which we could find no countermeasure. And that was when you rang Big Ben every night at 9 and the world fell silent." In silence, peace can sneak into our world, and it is needed now more than ever. So we are going to, another thing Avon really loved was the work of the HeartMath Institute and the relationship between heart coherence and peace. And so we're going to bring all of us together into this minute of silence, moment of peace at noon in your time zone in honor of Avon's birthday with a quick coherence technique from HeartMath. You want to kick us off?
So to start this off, in honor of Avon, any memory, any feeling deep in the core of your heart that you want to give to Avon, wherever she is, and to the legacy that she continues to leave and breathe life here, whether that's the compassion or care or love, however your heart has been touched by all of this.
Appreciating the beauty of nature.
That'll be your anchor point. So let us just all shift our attention to the area around the heart. And imagine that our breath is flowing in and out of our heart or chest area, a little deeper than usual. Just finding a rhythm that's comfortable for you. And as we continue to breathe through the heart area, now just make a sincere attempt to experience that regenerative feeling. The love, the care, the peace, compassion, whatever naturally arises for you in a meaningful way. And breathe that feeling through the heart area right now. And gently radiate that to yourself, to each other, to this whole community that holds peace and Avon in our hearts. And radiate it to Avon and all that she's touching now. And we'll do that in silence for a few moments.
1 minute.
1 minute.
It's a good moment at the completion of a minute of silence just to listen to your intuition. Even 1 minute of silence can still the active mind and allow some spiritual intelligence to sneak into our humanness. Since Avon's passing from this world, I have been doing the PeaceWave every day. I have my phone alarm set at noon in my time zone. And it makes me feel like I open a little portal for a little bit of Avon to sneak back into our world once a day, and for peace to prevail on earth, which was her greatest mission and wish for this world. Thank you for being an important pathway to peace.